be talking to you about journal, and at the end of this, you will journal. Raise your hand if you've ever journaled before. Quite a few of you. I personally have journals for about a decade now. This is either on my own or through therapy. My two older sisters have also journaled. Their journals look a bit different. One is very artistic, and then one's more about written words, but still they journal nonetheless. And overall, from this, we have changed completely as people. We have grown, developed, and everyone has room for growth. So you should journal too. So the big question is, what is journaling? There's three different aspects to this. The first one is, how should you journal? They can be handwritten or they can be electronically written. I personally like to handwrite because it refreshes my mind, but if it's easier for you to do electronically written, that's perfectly fine as well. The next aspect is, how often do you do it? This varies and it depends on the person. Usually people do good if they journal daily, but if you only want to do it a few times a week, that's perfectly fine too. The last aspect is, what exactly is in a journal? This is another thing that varies. It can go from reflections to prompts to different art forms, whatever your heart desires. There's no expectations for journaling. What I do? It's not going.
The right foot.
I don't know who to get. Okay, probably just press that though.
There. Do it again.
Oh, wonderful, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that. Here's hold it. Just a quick step over here. Hit your space bar. You ready?
Oh, will that just switch it?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, something like PowerPoint. Lisa's us. Oh.
Alright, guys. Okay, perfect. So now you're probably asking yourself, why should I journal? Journaling has so many different benefits. For one, you get to find yourself. Two, you get to improve mentally. And three, you can track your progress. Everyone wants to know exactly who they are. So you should go journal, go write, and go explore. Journaling is one of the best ways to figure out who you are deep down. So on that, you can find yourself. To find yourself, you have to first fully express yourself. According to the article Nature Journaling and its Therapeutic Benefits by Jennifer Smith in 2007, journaling is a completely creative outlet. As I said before, there's no expectations. You can do anything your heart desires. You can do from words to collages to drawings. It's completely up to you. And as you go along this process, you're going to realize things about yourself that you may have not known before. Next, you're going to figure out who you are morally. In the article, The Benefits of Journaling by Susan Murray in 1997, there are three different aspects that this affects. It affects your belief systems, it affects your values, your true core beliefs, and subjective meanings, so your perceptions on different things and topics. By reflecting, you can reconnect with your roots and figure out your core values, who you are, and where you stand. The next benefit of journaling is that you can improve mentally. With this, you can heal your trauma. In the article, The Perils and Promises of Journaling by Tanisha Melvin, 2022, you can actually recover from a lot of mental and emotional wounds. A lot of you and a lot of people that you know may have went through trauma, probably a lot more than you expect. So healing your trauma is such a wonderful thing. And by journaling, you can reflect on what happened, how it affected you, how you're going to progress forward. It's like clearing through your excess things. You need to let go and move on and heal. Journaling also decreases your anxiety. In the article, The Right Way to Health, studies show that journaling can be an effective part of your plan by Haley Levine, 2020. There was actually an experiment done where participants were given 12 weeks to journal. They had to journal 3 days a week and 15 minutes per day. At the end of this, they all said that they had less stress, overall better moods, and by having these better moods, you're enhancing your life tremendously. It's a bigger effect than you probably think that it is. Although it is true that you can decrease your anxiety, there are some times that you can increase your anxiety. According to the Perils and Promises of Journaling by Tanisha Melvin in 2022, your anxiety tends to increase because you blame other people, or you focus on the negative things that happen to you, or you live passively. But fortunately, there are different ways to avoid doing this. Number one is to evaluate your time. By being in the right time and having the right place to journal, it can be very effective. Next is to set realistic goals. A lot of people become pessimistic when they set their goals and they don't reach them, and therefore end up giving up. By setting realistic goals, you can make sure that you can achieve them and feel accomplished. Last, you need to be positive. A lot of people are negative and they dwell on things that happened in the past, or they have self-doubt, and this can really impact your experience with journaling. With journaling, you can also track your progress. One way to track your progress is with your physical conditions. There are 3 main groups that you can track, and that's your medications, your therapy, and your nurturing care. According to the Benefits of Journaling, written by Susan Murray, this way you can see your progress as you go, and you can use it as encouragement to keep going. A lot of people can be discouraged and they can want to give up when they're healing, physically especially, and by having this, you're motivated to keep going. You can also track any minor or major goals that you have. In the article, The Right Way to Health, studies show that journaling can be an effective part of your health plan by Haley Levine in 2020. It is said that journaling is an absolutely great way to make progress on your goals. With this, you can also write down the things that you need for your goals, such as your steps and how you're going to move forward. In the Journaling for Readers Advisory article by Michaela Kittle-Stibben in 2024, the goal that they had was to hire different RAs, but what they needed was information. And with that, they can review their own journal entries and therefore reach their very reachable goal of hiring an RA. With journaling, there are many benefits. Once again, you can find yourself both creatively and morally. You can improve yourself mentally, relieve that stress that you have, and heal any trauma. And you can track your progress with both physical conditions and with your goals. I would like for you all to scan this QR code, and it will lead you to 64 different journal prompts that you can do. Before you develop an opinion on this topic, I would like for you to try at least 3 of these prompts. For this, there's some tools I can recommend, such as journals, pens, markers, stickers, whatever artistic supplies that you think would benefit you most in this process. That's perfectly okay. And remember, journaling is a joyful journey. Is it time to start? Please remember excited.